answer is yes, I got more. All right, so we're still going to use our hands, and now I want to tap into the 5 rhythms. So let's shake our hands off, and we're going to shake them off. The reason I want to tap into the 5 rhythms is it is all about nature. We are nature. And the Chinese so brilliantly studied how nature moved and flowed. And so they watched the patterns of nature, and they could see how nature was ever changing. And once they understood that, they started applying it to us as human beings, and they started recognizing that we too have patterns. So whether you know anything about the 5 rhythms or not, it's one of my favorite systems, and it's hard to pick a favorite, right? But it is one of my favorite systems. And with the 5 rhythms, though, I am able to look at people and I can kind of understand where they're coming from. For example, how are they responding? A water person might be wanting to kind of shut down and pull in and might be panicking right now. A wood person might be cleaning their house like crazy and getting things organized, or ordering things that they may or may not need, right? Or finding ways to serve at the hospital or church or whatever it is that's needed right now. They're looking for short tasks to do. A fire person is trying to connect. They want to have some fun, and so they're out there looking for ways to connect. And an earth person is about connecting on a different level. Fire is more about fun, I should say, and earth is more about connecting, creating family, community, keeping people together. So you might be sending out emails to your friends. I know my friend is having the senior students that aren't going to be able to go to their dances and all of the different events that were created for them. They're having them write letters so that everyone can hear their thoughts and their feelings. Isn't that beautiful? Thank you, Cindy. And so an earth person is going to want to keep that connection and keep people feeling like they're part of a family and a community. And then somebody that has a lot of metal, they're really wise. They're going to look at everything going on and they're going to discern, well, what is really most important to do right now? They might be regurgitating information and summarizing it for you. So that's a little bit about how the rhythms work with personalities. So now, knowing that we all have these different rhythms, I want to bring you to your body and have you connect with the rhythms of your body, because each one of the rhythms also serves some of the organs, and I'll be talking about that. So again, we're using our hands. Isn't that great that no matter where we go, when we know the Eden method, all we need to take with us are these 2 hands, and we've got this whole toolkit ready to go. So find your right hip bone, and I like to give it a little karate chop. Turn your hand in, and you are now resting on the water rhythm. The water rhythm is connected to the kidneys, and it's also connected to the bladder. With your other hand, I'm going to have you find your rib cage, and you're going to move your hand right below the rib cage. So my rib cage is here, and there's my hand. Just like we connected the chakras, we are going to connect the rhythm. So water is all about ideas. It's about the winter season. We just came out of the winter season, or we're trying to come out of the winter season in Naperville. And so it's about connecting. When nothing looks like anything's happening, the water rhythm is actually very active in the earth. There's a lot of roots that are growing. There's water that's circulating deep below the surface. So for you, it's about creativity and ideas. And so we're going to connect to water, and my energy's starting to flow. And we're going to bring that to the wood rhythm. Wood rhythm's about the springtime. So just like people take action that have wood energy, they also, you see wood in nature as, the tulip buds start popping up, roots start going, it bursts forward. And so the wood rhythm is about bursting forward. And so we have 2 organs that relate to wood, and that happens to be the liver and the gallbladder. And they have over 800 different jobs. So it's no coincidence that they land in the wood rhythm because they're so active, right? So now that we've created these 2, I'm going to move this hand here, and I'm going to bring my other hand to my rib cage. So I'm right here at the sternum. This happens to be where we connect to the fire rhythm. So the fire rhythm has 4 meridians associated to it. It happens to be the heart meridian, it happens to be the small intestine, the triple warmer, as well as circulation sex. So once we have wood that's creating all this activity, now, you know, fire wants to celebrate, wants to make heart connections, wants to discern. It's pretty active too. So we're going to make that connection between wood and fire. We're going to circle our hands around. So we've got fire now connecting to earth here. So find your rib cage. And we're going to just put our hand right in front of it, and we are connecting to the rhythm of earth. Again, it's that connecting energy. It's spleen, it's stomach. It's about harvest time in the early fall. It's about just really gathering everything that we have. Now, I don't know about you, but about 3 weeks ago, everybody was gathering toilet paper, canned goods. Our shelves were empty. It was a little bit out of balance, a little over-energized there. So, I don't know. That was an interesting process, right? So now that we've connected fire to earth, we're going to go ahead and drag our hands down. And we are now connecting earth is here, and we have metal. Again, metal is about that wisdom. It's about inspiration, expiration, right? And so with metal, it's looking at this whole process of everything that's been going on in our bodies and our life. And it's saying, it's looking at it and it's going, okay, do I need all that? Is that important? Am I listening to the right things? Am I doing the right things? And so it's going to really assess everything, and then it's autumn time, and it's going to say, okay, do we need all that? And then it comes back to water. So bring your hand back to water. This time we're going to go around, and I'm going to add the sounds. Sounds move energy. So the water sound is this beautiful sound of hoo, hoo, hoo. So let's do that together. Hoo, hoo, hoo. And bring in your other hand to wood, and the wood says shh, shh, shh. And fire responds with a ha, 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 ha. And earth, it's back, it's a raspy noise like Darth Vader. I've never been really good at this one, but it's at the back of her throat, kind of like as if you were like getting ready to give birth. So it's like a and then metal responds with a tea kettle sound. It goes and you know a true metal person because they can do the for the longest period of time. My husband's a beautiful metal, and he can go forever with that. And coming back to water, where we go hoo, hoo, hoo. And wood says shh, shh, shh. And fire says ha, ha, ha. And earth says and metal says and take a break. Now you might be wondering why I wanted you to know the sounds. And so if you are traveling to the grocery store and you are traveling to go get those essential needs, oftentimes when I'm driving, to move energy, I'll just start doing the sound. So as I'm driving, I'll start with water. You always want to start with water, and I'll just simply go hoo, 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 and then I'll move to wood. Shh, shh. Oh, there's a stop sign. Shh, right? And then I'll move to fire. Back to earth. And I will just keep going around in circles on the sounds as I'm moving to my destination. And what typically happens to me is that my body gets calm, I feel a sense of space in my body, and I start relaxing. So if you are trying to make a quick trip to the store, go ahead, and I invite you to make the sounds along the way. And you'll have these videos that you can, repeat them and listen to them again and again.